NBA fans, remember him? Kendrick Nunn was the second best league rookie back in 2020, averaging 15 points per game. But just 3 years later, 0 NBA teams wanted to sign him. So Nunn moved to Europe, signing with the Greek side Panathinaikos, and immediately became a local hero. That's not even the craziest part. Before the playoffs, team owner told him, "Hey Kendrick, here's a hefty contract extension, and as a bonus, you can pick any car if we win the trophy." And guess what? Powell won it, with Nunn being the main catalyst for the championship. The American got a Porsche worth $300K, decided to stay in Athens for 1 more year, and is now balling on another level. He just had a 5-game stretch for the history books, averaging 28.8 points on 54% shooting from the field with only 2.6 free throws made.
Kendrick Nunn through the legs, the ankle breaker, and inevitably he answers.
This is what a 15-point scorer in the NBA is capable in Europe. But that's not usual, don't you agree? Normally, an ex-NBA player that signed in Europe don't have such averages. Just look at the most recent news. Dennis Smith Jr. is reportedly heading to Real Madrid. In the last 5 years, he never averaged more than 8.8 points per game. The other signings are usually either way older than Nunn was at the time, or were recovering after a serious injury. For example, the most talked about signing in the last years was Kemba Walker. He was 33 but barely with any tank left in his knees. The result? No impact in the EuroLeague whatsoever. Jabari Parker, who joined Barcelona a year ago, also had 2 major knee injuries. All these 3 names were at least good role players at a certain point of their NBA careers. More often, former NBA players who choose to go EuroLeague's route are simply fringe NBA guys with slim chances of making it back to the league. Jordan Nwora, Chimezie Metu, Theo Maledon, Frank Ntilikina, Venny, and Gabriel. Here are some of the current this season's examples. But Nunn's story is different. After averaging 15 a season for 2 years with the Heat, he signed a $10 million deal with the Lakers, but it all went downhill from there. He hurt his knee in what was described as a bone bruise injury. It doesn't sound that serious, right? Well, maybe not from the first glance. Apparently, bone bruises can be extremely different, and it caused Nunn to miss the entire first year with the Lakers. When he finally came back in 22-23 season, he seemed like he has forgotten how to play. The quickness was not comparable to what was it before. Nunn never got into a shape that year, and the NBA quickly showed how cruel of a league it is, with 16% of players changing each season. Guard had to move regions, but in Panathinaikos he slowly regained his physique. He quickly adjusted to a different EuroLeague game, as his skills were a perfect match too. But above all, his athleticism is back now to a similar level to what was it during that rookie season with the Heat, during a season in which he averaged 15 points in the NBA. And this is how a 15-point NBA scorer who lost the Rookie of the Year battle only to Ja Morant looks like in Europe. We are going to witness clips from Nunn's legendary 5-game stretch where he averaged 28.8 points per game in 33 minutes. Obviously, that's not sustainable for the entire season, but it would rank 4th among the top NBA scorers, only below Giannis, Shea, and Jokic. Oh, and by the way, shout out to our partner Rabona. They have the best odds for EuroLeague's and NBA games, so make sure to check them out via the link in the description below. Ironically, this unstoppable stretch from Nunn came right after a 1-game suspension. Panathinaikos guard was banned by EuroLeague for showing lack of respect towards their referees in a match before. And oh boy, did the league did a disservice for the all opposing teams. And of course, the other players. Because it all started with Kendrick breaking records and breaking ankles to 2 Milano's players. First, it was Ricci losing balance because of Kendrick's shiftiness, and then Shields in transition with a little help from Lazor fell to the ground.
Is off for Milan. Oh, Kendrick Nunn sending Siobhan Shields down and getting the Owaka up on their feet.
On top, guards set EuroLeague records for most points in the first quarter and most threes made. He's unstoppable with the ball, but Panathinaikos being a top team helps Nunn as well. His defender stunts on Jerian Grant's drive, and Nunn is wide open for his first three that night. Later, it's time to target Nikola Mirotic on the pick and roll, and Kendrick beats his short hedge and goes into his pull-up pull-up game, which has been on fire this whole season. To finish off an insane first quarter, it was again Pau's scheme and attention on other players that paid off. Spain pick and roll with Nunn as the back screener, Milano are late to close out, and it's cash money records for Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn, 7 threes! You're not dreaming!
And I know that some of you are thinking, hey, this is easy shots or bad defense. Well, how about these two? In the second half, he cooked the opposing defense twice with his elite shiftiness from side to side and knowing how to get to his wanted areas on court. Nunn's combo of dribble, change of pace, and once again regained quickness could easily help any NBA team in need of some scoring power at guard position. During his 3-year tenure with the Heat, Lakers, and the Wizards, Kendrick was not that bad at hitting the free ball at around 35–38%. But this year with Pau, he has been on absolute tier that's making him unplayable for any defense. On spot-ups, he is at a ridiculous 47% or 1.43 points per possession. In much tougher pick-and-rolls or ISO situations, so basically in off-the-dribble pull-up threes, he is at almost 40% and 1.19 PPP. That's top-tier numbers, and you can see that Baskonia's drop defense in these 3 clips was demolished. And Nunn made it look so easy. As an opposing coach, you can't even be mad at your players sometimes. This first screen is super high, so naturally Cardenea goes under. It's an automatic rescreen as an under defense beater, and look how fast K Nunn goes into a shooting motion. No wonder the big can't get there in time. Other teams saw these shots and were like, okay, let's switch so we make him earn the points. Didn't go that great either. In this clip, he changes the direction on his drive 3 times until he gets the best look at the rim. In the second half, Baskonia tried doubling after switches, but this one comes a bit late from Chimo Moneke. Kendrick sees that coming a mile away, goes into his probably second most favorite shot and swishes it.
He's a 6-shooter, Kendrick Nunn.
It is clear Nunn is the best player, or at least the best scorer that Europe has right now. That wouldn't be possible if he was only able to score jump shots. Here he uses quickness that he finally regained in Europe to get inside against the big, and then showcases a beautiful touch to hit this tough floater. I really enjoy watching how patient he is around the paint too. A Verjao screen allows Kendrick to drive closer, but he does not force a shot here. He doesn't fly into a defender. He slows down, spins, and that gets him a clear look at the basket. Anyway, that's not an easy shot, guys. But we are talking about a guy who would easily make an NBA team's rotation right now. I mean, can it get any smoother than this behind the back dribble into a slowed down 1-2 step floater? It's like Nunn is playing a video game right now. Partizan tried hard hedging him in the first half, but it didn't really matter. The funny part is that usually against hedge, best players get rid of the ball, but Kendrick manipulated the defense so well, he still scored by himself.
Are you kidding me? Kendrick Nunn!
The cherry on top, or the biggest compliment in this 5-game stretch, was Partizan doubling Kendrick Nunn in random areas on the court in the second half. An all-time best coach, Željko Obradović, asked if Kendrick Nunn can pass just as well as he can score too, and I think he got his answer. This left-handed bullet pass with no hesitation as Nunn sees the double arriving could easily crack the season's top 10 assist list. So as you can see, a 15-point NBA scorer in Europe is absolutely illegal. Of course, if healthy, but that is not the case with Nunn anymore, and that is why he continues to dominate the EuroLeague. His height might be a small issue, but I would be very surprised if he does not come back to the NBA this next summer. What do you guys think? Could he be a solid rotation piece in the NBA right now? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.